Hello, Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, good evening to my foreign friends, and good afternoon to my Pakistani friends. Welcome to my session. Let's connect with Muhammad Ali. And I am here with my honorable guest, Adrian.
Hi,
So,
how are you?
hello, Adrian.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. What about you? How was your day?
All pretty great today.
Okay, so viewers didn't know you as you are from foreign. So could you introduce yourself?
Yeah, so basically, I grew up in North America. I was growing up between New York City and Mexico City, and um, my background a bit is a bit multicultural because I was as a kid, I was always traveling between New York City, Mexico City, and Miami in Florida. So I was always exposed to like different cultures since I was a kid, and now obviously I've been traveling the world for the last 7 years nonstop, and that has it's because of work. I've been traveling different countries, different cities, with the goal to learn about the countries, the culture, the people, but also very importantly, I've been uh, meet the tech people working in those countries, right? So I've been basically creating links and between all of these tech communities across the world. And so that's my line of work, right? Uh, Basically, let people know what is happening in different countries regarding technology and also culture, right? So right now I've been doing a lot of interviews in Pakistan with technology people, and I also personally been doing posts about what is life like in Pakistan, right? Because people don't know really, at least Goras don't know really much about what's going on in Pakistan. What we hear is just the news about Taliban and floodings and like, always the bad news. That's all we hear about Pakistan, really. So I want to change a little bit the perception about, it's not all bad news in Pakistan. There's a lot going on here. So that's in short.
Okay, so has you say that you travel so many countries and see other cultures. So why only Pakistan you traveled during this day? There are so many beautiful countries, beautiful cultures. So, what are the reason to come Pakistan, and what you see uh, different culture and in Pakistan, and what the thing you loved in Pakistan?
Okay, so like I mentioned, I've been traveling to a lot of countries, right? I've been in India 3 times. I've been in Nepal. I've been in Bangladesh, and I've been in Sri Lanka. I've been in Iran. So I've been to your neighbor. I've been in China. So I've been in your neighboring countries. So I was always missing Pakistan, right? I've been in Saudi. I've been in UAE. I've been in Kuwait. I've been in everywhere around Middle East. So I was missing Pakistan. And Pakistan is it's not a small country. It's the fifth largest country on the planet. So Pakistan matters because it's huge, right? And so yeah, like it was always on my list of countries to visit. And so yeah, basically I was planning on coming before COVID, and I couldn't. So until now that I managed and come. So I've been in Pakistan for 3 months already. So my impressions, I mean, we could talk about the impressions, but like that's the reason, right? The why is because Pakistan is an important country in the world. You have 250 million people here, so it's a lot of people. So and culture, geographically, it's situated in a very complicated place in the world, I think. So I had to come here and just see for myself what is going on here.
Okay, that's great, and I appreciate you and welcome you to Pakistan. Uh, my next question is, as youth is the future of our world, and youth is very important in every part of the field. So, what help you are doing for youth or youth empowerment? Could you tell me what you are doing to help youths of this nation?
Okay, so this is a big topic, right? But so every time I travel to different countries, right, um, I try and meet with young people and go to the schools, either if it's like universities or high schools or even like secondary schools, right? And the
Okay.
reason I like to meet young people is to get an understanding of their minds and what are some of the problems and issues they're facing as youth, right? So, for
Mm,
example, when I was in Africa, I went to villages and visited schools in Africa, and I was talking to the kids in Africa. I did the same in Bangladesh. I did the same in Myanmar and many countries, right? So the reason the youth is very important, especially in emerging countries, is because obviously they're the future of the nation, right? And in Pakistan, obviously you have massive amount of young people here. 65% of the population here are under 35 years of age. So there's so many young people in Pakistan, right? So as I mentioned, I work in the tech and the technology space, and specifically, uh, I help connect technology people and technology communities across the world, right? So what I've been doing, as you know, for years and years, is bring awareness of what are some of the problems that the youth are having in different countries. You know, so for example, in some countries, um, young people really want to study English, but they don't have access to a teacher, or they don't
mm,
have the books, or they cannot even access their phone. Meaning they have a phone, but they might not be able to afford the data to watch YouTube videos, right? And learn English through their phones. So that could be a challenge, like say in Africa for young people. Maybe in Pakistan, in some areas, might be a challenge like that, but I think it's different here in Pakistan, right? For young people to have access to at least connection on their phones, because if they have access to connection on their phones, they can watch YouTube videos and learn English, or learn how to become uh, carpenter. There's so much content online, right, that young people can access now. But the problem is, obviously, it's not just about young people learning the skills, but also young people need to learn how to communicate, right? Because if they want to be part of sort of uh, remote era, meaning be able to work remotely, as opposed to work in a company in their local area. They need to develop very, very strong communication skills as well as technical skills, right? So I think young
yeah.
people need to focus on both, not just on learning how to design and learning how to code or learning how to do specific technical things. They need to also learn how to communicate, especially English, because obviously we communicate in English in the tech world and globally, right? So my job here is to at least bring awareness of what are some of the challenges that young people are facing. Two, trying to figure out what kind of partnerships uh, I can help enable between an organization here and global organizations. So for example, right now I'm at the Hunar Foundation. Hunar Foundation, they're training as a lot of under low income young people, training them with very specific technical skills, right? But the issue is that what they learn at this institution might not match exactly what's needed in terms of marketplace, like getting a job. So that's an issue. But definitely the youth is very important. It's something that I always try to understand what are the challenges they're facing. Hello. Hello, hello. Yes.
Yeah, I am listening.
Okay, yeah,
Could you
so
listen
that's,
me?
yes, that's it. Yeah. Hello. Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Adrian?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
due to network problem here is there.
I can hear you. So let's continue. Yes.
Yeah, let's continue.
Okay.
So, has the viewers, as you see, Adrian say the only he see in youth is not only learn the skills but also be practical, also have a practical knowledge. It's very important to have a practical knowledge, according to Adrian. Not learning the skills is good. You have also do it practically. So Adrian, my last question is how was this session, and tell me, uh, connecting peoples is good or bad in your reviews, please.
Connecting people. Well, connecting people, I think it's not that it's good or bad. It's, I think, fundamental because we as human beings, we always traded with each other, right? Throughout history, we were always trading. One tribe trading with the other tribe, and through trade, we shared not only stuff but ideas. We shared, like, some tribe learned some idea on how to, cut wood, but the other tribe didn't know that. So by trading, they traded the goods, but also traded knowledge, right? So it's not even good or bad. It's like fundamental part of our uh, survival as human beings. If we don't collaborate, we're dead as a species, So yeah, I think now more than ever we need to create more collaborations and connections between communities. And I don't even say countries, because for me the idea of country is a bit outdated. It's about communities, right? Because even Pakistan is very different. There are very different communities here, right? It's like KPK is not the same as Karachi at all. It's just totally different cultural, totally different people, mindset, everything, right? So it's about communities. So I focus in communities and create connectivity and share more knowledge, talent, everything between those communities, right? So that's my focus.
Well, viewers, it's very important to communicate, connect, communicate, and collaborate.
Exactly.
So these three C's are very important in your life to give you to have on successful path. So this is my honorable guest, Adrian, and thank you for coming, Adrian. Thank you for your knowledge. He is very awesome guy and have lots of knowledge because of his traveling and connecting with other people. So, long life Karachi, long life Pakistan. We will see you in our next session. Okay, bye.
Okay. Allah Hafiz. Thank you. Bye.